Hello, and thank you for joining me today. I will be painting some flowers. This is an Artisa sketchbook, and I got my water handy. I actually have two of them because sometimes I get too lazy and I don't want to go get more water. Here's a little palette with the various types of watercolors that I like. And there's the Holbein watercolor palette. So those are the two palettes that I typically take with me. The little one that you see on the page, I have a video on YouTube here in the channel that talks more a little bit about that and what each one of those little plastic pans have in them, along with the links to the different kinds. All right, so this one was a green ink, and I think what I'm going to try to do is add a little bit more green to the bright florals here. I just love adding the leaves. I love layering them, adding another, little stems throughout. I really enjoy doing that, especially after I've already painted the flowers. I typically will go back and just add the leaves. I don't know why. I just really enjoy doing that. So I did a whole bunch of bright colored flowers here, and I'm thinking about possibly going to a different color scheme on the other side. So for that, I will probably use a lot of the peachy colors. Though that's not very peachy. That's more of the brights, but let's fade that in. I think that is a opera rose, so adding an opera rose flower there. And I do love the colors that watercolors, putting them in layers. There it is, my palette, my mixed bowl of tube paints that I put in the pans. So that one's the Opera Rose, and it is by Winsor and Newton. It's a super bright pink. It's also fun to just add in the layers after everything has dried. Just adding little line work on top. Just the tiny details. I really enjoy doing that. And I'll speak to you a little bit about the brush that I'm using. The brush actually came from a gouache set by Caran d'Ache. I hope that's how you say it. But the brush came with that gouache set, and I loved it so much that I just use it for everything now. I don't use the set so much, the paints, but the brush I cannot live without. So I'm hoping that they sell just the brush, but I'm not sure. Okay, so this one's Brilliant Pink, and that's what I'll be working on next. Brilliant Pink, just mixing some colors together just to see how they look. And I always have a Kleenex ready or a tissue ready because I tend to dab my flowers, and I do like to dab them because they add a little bit of extra texture to the petals and the leaves. All right. So let's see, adding some more greens for the stems that I just love to add. Yeah, so this brush works really great. I know it's for gouache, but I really love it for watercolor. I also use it for acrylics. It's just a typical round brush. I don't even know if it has a number. But like I said, it came in the set, and came in a gouache set, like, you know, when they give you some pans and then you get a brush in there. And I have not found any other brush that I love as much as I love this brush. So I'm not sure how I'm going to replace it. Maybe I have to buy another set of gouache pans. Just what I need. More supplies. All right, just adding some definition to the flowers that I have painted. I waited for these to actually dry before putting on the second layer. All right, in a little bit here, I'm going to speed it up, and we will be working on the other portions, or the other side. For the other side, I'm thinking it's going to be more muted. Probably, do you see that? There's that bright, not bright, there's that whitish cream colored flower, which I think I will base my next ideas off of. So also, I know you can't see it on the screen, but I have coffee next to me. I love drinking coffee. I tried cutting down to where I only would drink coffee in the morning, but I always end up drinking it in the afternoon too. Typically 3 cups in a day, which is a lot of coffee. But if I don't have it at 3, I get really sleepy, so I don't know. Plus it has like a comforting feeling to it, like, I don't know, it just feels comfortable. Like, it feels good. It gets me ready to paint when I have coffee next to me. So anyway, this is the, sorry, that was Coffee Talk by Joy Ting. Okay, so this is the titanium. It's the buff, and I'm mixing it with some Naples yellow. So these are going to be sped up a little bit here, and yeah, I think next few parts are going to be somewhat bright or lighter toned. So I am going to turn the music up a little bit, and I hope you enjoy, and I'll come back in a little while. All right? So I'm adding the final details. I don't know if they're final, just details, because I sometimes go back to them even after I think I'm done. But yeah, so adding the details here, just studying to see what else I can add, because sometimes I just can't leave it alone and I have to fill the whole page for some reason. This is why I like to put boxes in my sketchbook, because then I contain my work in one box. Without boxes, I just tend to fill up the whole page, but I guess that's not a bad thing. Alright, so I'm adding these last minute lines, which ends up being leaves. I don't know, lines that turn into leaves. Yeah, so I'll probably go back and after it's dried a little bit more, add a few more layers just to give it more oomph, give it more pizzazz, I guess. But I have to wait till some of them really dry. Some of these, they take a while to dry, so anyway, I just want to say thank you for spending some time with me here, and I hope you have a wonderful day or evening. So until next video, thanks again. Bye.